Is that odd or is that God? Hi, my name is Dee Harris. Call it what you will, God, higher power, universe, Mother Nature. We can probably all agree that there's something out there way more powerful than us. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I find it hard to believe that you could create El Capitan, these beautiful islands we call our home, or the fantabulous orchids I witnessed at the Hilo Orchid Show. Being fortunate enough to spend the month of May down under in New Zealand, Tasmania, and Australia brought out the inquisitive child in me. Why? Why? Which always led me to the question, is that odd or is that God? The biggest curiosity being, why do wombats have square poop? Really, they do. The only thing in nature that comes out in a cubical shape. Why? Well, the wombat mysteriously has a physiological process unique to its digestive tract. These marsupials can drop anywhere from 4 to 8 pieces of dung, each measuring about 3/4 of an inch across during a single excretion session. Most impressive is the cubic shape of their poo. During the course of one evening, these nocturnal creatures can produce 80 to 100 cubes of poop, which they then collect and strategically place around their domain, using it to mark its territory and to attract mates. The curiously geometrical dimensions improve stackability and prevents the poop from rolling away. The wombat's cubic poop, therefore, is an evolutionary adaptation. Odd or God? Okay, so the wombat poops cubes, all due to an evolutionary adaptation. But what makes the poop come out square? This is where it gets juicy, or on the contrary, unjuicy. Toward the final 8% of a turd's long journey through the digestive tract, it takes about 2.5 weeks for consumed food to make its way down the wombat's alimentary canal. Because of the dry environment, they have to squeeze out every drop of moisture from their food. The consistency of the poop changes from liquid to solid, and changing from the characteristically tubular poop shape to one resembling a cube. This is caused by the variable elastic properties of the wombat's intestinal wall, two distinct grooves where the intestine is stretchier. The walls of the intestines are literally shaping the poop through the strategic placement of pressure. There is more ongoing research to determine why only 2 grooves produce a cube, as opposed to needing 4. Thank goodness for Google, realizing that someone else is already out there studying this shit, and I can move on to bigger and better things. Such as, I wonder why pigs have curly tails. Living next door to a huge field full of wild pigs, I named them and learned to love them for all the unique gifts that each one brings to the table. No pun intended. Giving them a safe place to hang out, to rest, and nurture their young. When I was over the fence in Pigland, painting them, hiding Easter eggs for them to hunt, giving them troughs of water to cool off and to drink, I got a bit curious as to why some of the tails were a bit curly. Well, the curly tail was bred into them by Chinese breeders. Wild pigs have still pretty straight tails, but the domestic pigs have curlier tails. The curlier tail was an evolutionary answer to pig fights, genetically or developmentally linked to changes that occur with domestication. During fights, pigs will often bite one another's tails, causing serious injury. A curly tail is harder to grasp and bite. Hey, but the tail of a gecko was long and easy to bite. Lizards have evolved over time in order to use their limb regeneration for self-defense. When attacked by predators, lizards sometimes detach their tail to distract a predator. After the tail falls off, it will continue to wiggle. If the lizard is lucky, the predator will not be able to differentiate between the lizard and its wiggling tail. Geckos and lizards can do this. They can easily attach their tails because their blood cells, bones, nerve cells, and skin can be separated at any place along the limb. Odd or God? I am so thankful to have Google at my disposal these days because my head is always full of questions. And when I receive answers that satisfy my curiosity, I am always led to one last question. Is that odd or is that God? Call it what you will, but I envision my God smiling ear to ear, joyfully creating many of the wonders we are blessed to witness. Thank you. My name is Dee Harris.